Okay, I gotta put my presence filter back on. Let's see, was it this one? Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Hope you had time to just kind of take some deep breaths and yeah, feel your feelings. If your thoughts or your feelings are overwhelming for you, when you try to just be really present and really still. There's so many books on meditation. I find some of them to be shaming. Pema Chodron. Oh, sorry, that's for book review tomorrow, maybe. But you know, there are people out there who don't just say like, you know, to label a thought thinking and then get back into it. I struggle really hard with lots of things. So I pretty much have learned that for me to grow, I have to be allowed to disagree with things. So I have to be allowed to disagree with how other people do things and how things work for those people. So if I suggest something to help you get present and it does not work for you, that means I'm wrong for you, you know? Just because something works for me, it might not work for you. I'll say the one I said yesterday because I do find this one helpful, and then I will move on to the next segment. But the most help I've ever gotten on staying present is to pretend that I'm 1 year old. And so I'm in this exact space. I'm 1 year old. And if I'm 1 year old, I don't have any physical, like I don't have agency. I don't have control. I can't stand up and walk away and be like, I feel like moving across the country or something like that. Like I can't do anything. Like this is it. I'm one. I'm sitting in this room and this is where I am. Am I hungry? Am I tired? Am I comforted? You know, they're not conscious thoughts. You're just there. And so the 1 year old concept helps me specifically because if I were 1 year old, then what entertainment do I have except just the visuals in this room, the sounds in this room? I don't even have a developed mind yet, so there's nothing to distract me from the nowness of now and the me-ness of me. And me isn't even a concept yet because I'm 1 year old, so I'm just like looking out of my little body planet, you know, and just being like, oh, this is where I am. And you don't even have that concept because you're not even locational yet. Like you wouldn't even know that, I don't imagine. You would just see there's some green on that plant. I'll tell you things that you can see so I don't keep flipping my camera, but like, oh, here's some pink. Like you just look at it. And you're like, oh, that's cute. And you just kind of look at all the different colors because you're 1 year old. I said yesterday that maybe I ended up with my love of rainbows because my mom had handmade me a rainbow bedspread, which maybe I'll show you someday. Because when we're kids, I mean, what do you do? What do you do if you're bored and you're not tired and you can't sleep but you're supposed to lay in your bed? I mean, you just stare at things or you listen to things. Like I can hear the buzz from my computer right now. And all of this sounds very boring, but it also inspired that deep breath just now. Like I don't feel like taking a deep breath. It's not a thought or a feeling. It's just I'm 1 year old and all I can do is look around this room, and eventually your mind will, like, at least my mind would calm down and feel like there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. And so things that I wrestle with, like ambition or feeling like there's anything beyond this moment or the simplicity of what I can do with my time, or, you know, am I fed, am I sheltered, do I have what I need for today, this sort of give us this day our daily bread kind of thing. It's like, are my needs met? And if so, like, then you don't really have to do much else besides show up to appointments. Well, that's an adult thing. You're pretending you're 1 year old right now. But, you know, you just see things. I see color in this room. I surround myself with things that are pleasing to me. This particular meditative technique probably would make a good case for why it would be wise to, rather than leave things out in piles everywhere, to tuck them away until I feel like cleaning them and dealing with them, because then I wouldn't just see piles everywhere. Because I currently do have that. I have like lots of little piles. You know, but baby steps. Literally, because we're pretend 1 year old. Okay, I better move on to the next segment because this is getting long. The next segment is OG Songwriting, and I just added that segment, and I don't know that I have time for it. Maybe once this is a real show, But what I would do right now is probably, you know, kind of like in how in Mr. Rogers you would like go to the crayon factory. So maybe I would splice in a video from me being out in nature. I love making songs like in my car. And it's like one of my absolute favorite things to do is just go somewhere 20 minutes, an hour away, or like right down the street, or even on my front porch, you know. And I would just go somewhere and make up a song. And they're not formed songs. It's just like the 365 songs in 365 days. And, hold on. So maybe at this moment, I would like cut away to like, you know, the crayons or the, not the crayons, but you know. Because there's going to be, I had also added the lyric doodle video. So, I mean, I don't know how I'll ever produce this show to the level that I'm wanting to do it. Because I also have a job. Even right now, it's just virtual piano lessons, so, for the most part. So, anyway, pretend I just wrote a song. That's what I do when I'm feeling like myself, and I'm feeling comfortable and confident, or very isolated and introverted, which are pretty much the same things for me. Then I would just be like, play, 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 and just make up a song. Any old song. Maybe I'll... I mean, if you're still here, you're still here. I said it was going to be a 45-minute show, but I started late, and I'm having so many technical difficulties. Why not just add it? You know, I'll make a really short song. So I'm taking you with to the little studio that I set up for the songwriting moment. All right, put my coffee down, balance my phone on my coffee, and make up a song. Okay. Oh, the flowers are still on. I feel like I should change filters. Well, I'm just going to leave it because I feel like every time I switch things, I get bumped out. Okay. Let's put on my favorite sound. Song. That's how I write songs. I just sing and I play and I make stuff up. Now you need to have a lot of music theory training to just hear a chord in your head and then immediately play it. So that's why at the beginning of these little shows, I'm giving you a music theory lesson, a ukulele lesson, a piano lesson, some sort of lesson. So there you go. That is the new segment. New for day 2. OG Songwriting. So, original. Okay, spiritual stuff. I always feel like, hey, I already talked about spiritual stuff. So that's why I'm going to be refining this as I go. Maybe mixing up the order. But spiritual stuff, I made a note to myself to talk about Taoism a little bit, since that was what I talked about in my book report with referring the Tao Te Ching, and specifically reading, I think I read 25 or 29, I don't remember. Anyway, the one about not really having ambition. And so for this little spiritual segment, I'm going to, I don't have like a gimmick for it, so I'll just talk to you for a second about spiritual stuff. My grandma was a nun. Yesterday I talked quite a bit about the Lord's Prayer and why it's comforting to me, and sort of issues that I've had with like feeling embarrassed of my spiritual beliefs. When I was a kid, we were raised Presbyterian, and we collected coins in a little cardboard bank for, I don't even know, I guess, for the homeless? I don't know. I don't think they told us in Sunday school. And so I grew up believing in God and Holy Spirit and Jesus, but it wasn't like a very, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was a very, like, it wasn't a loose church, but it wasn't like a very evangelical church. So we didn't go out into the world outside of church and try to change anyone else's minds. I never witnessed that. Oh my gosh, my nose itches. I think I'm not supposed to get too lost on this topic today because this show has already been long and I have more segments. All I will say is today I was meaning to talk about Taoism. Maybe that's why my nose itches, because yesterday I already talked about this stuff. So Taoism came into my life in college. I was a freshman in college, and we read, I can't pronounce them very well, Chuanzi, in what was called a freshman studies class. And it resonated with me so deeply that I ended up getting really into Taoism, and it really helped me. Now, granted, it maybe also killed my ambition, which maybe left some people confused, because I had been like an award-winning everything as a kid, like A student, won like 3 statewide songwriting awards when I was in 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, and like, it sounds braggy, but I guess what I'm saying is, for how big of a, sorry, this sounds self-deprecating, but I deal with this a lot in my YouTube videos, like for how big of a societal failure I've been in my adult life. I mean, I don't feel like a failure. This is very hard to explain. I feel like a person who has a lot of potential all the time, but doesn't have much of an interest in using it for success-oriented things that other people would consider a success, like trying to win a songwriting competition or like trying to win a Grammy or something. I don't have much of an interest in refined culture. So, and I think my examination of Taoism when I was in my early 20s was a big contributor to that, because I lost sort of a faith in the positive emotional benefits of succeeding. Like succeeding, when I would reflect back on what my childhood had felt like, being successful often just felt like alienating my peers. It felt like being alone. Now, failing feels like being alone too, so this is confusing stuff. But that's why I'm putting this in a show and not trying to wrap anything up in one quick way. Like, I'm going to talk about spiritual stuff every day. But the Tao Te Ching specifically, and specifically the Ursula K. Le Guin one that was my book report today. Report! I need like theme songs for each segment. But specifically, yeah, Taoism, it softened pieces of my mind that just would not relent prior to studying Taoism. So, like there was a time where I was working a job in Chicago. I'm trying to think if that's when I was really into this book, or if it was at a... Oh, okay. Okay. That was a different book. I'll tell you that story when I do that book. This book I actually got really into when I was working a job that I was very ill-suited for. It did not work with any of my natural strengths, and I have the deepest respect for people in jobs other than me. And I got this job right after doing a lot of intense intellectual stuff at a college, and then I had this job that was about being fast and being organized and doing physical labor, and I was just terrible at it. I was terrible at it. And when I would get my breaks in the break room, I would read this Tao Te Ching, because it was like too fast of a switch from being successful in college to suddenly this summer job where I was feeling like a failure every day, feeling like I'm letting this company down, and I'm trying to save money to go to a semester in London, and I just always felt like a failure. And so this book helped soften that constant feeling of failure, and it helped me see the concept of failure differently, and it helped me see that an orientation around success, like almost an obsession with success, leaves out too many possible human experiences, and it doesn't leave room for processing emotion. So, all right, that's all I'll say on that today, because we still have more segments. Thanks for anyone who's still here. This is cool. Or who just came up. So this is Jessica and the Rainbow in Rainbowland live pretend show, a.k.a. Mr. Rogers for Adults. This is my pretend show that I'm doing because people are homebound, and it's a weird time right now. So I wasn't going to do this show for like 2 or 3 years, but I don't know. I just felt inspired to do a scrappy version of it instead of waiting. Waiting for what? You know? I'm not ever going to probably be less scrappy. I'm always going to be like this. So was I waiting for a time in my life when I'd suddenly be organized and I wouldn't have like things? Like, this is my childhood hutch. And like, my brother-in-law was going to throw it away. So why can't I just put stickers all over it? Like, these are just, I don't know. I'm not going to be the person that I wish I was going to be in my mind, who'd be organized enough to become like a real Mr. Rogers for Adults. So why not just be a scrappy version? All right, next. Okay, so this next segment is called Your Body and Mind. I feel like I need a new chair for this. I'll take you upstairs to the Rainbow Room, a.k.a. the Not Fairy Room, a.k.a. I don't remember. It's had a couple names. I lost my coffee. And I need a new filter. I'll get a new filter and we'll go upstairs. Let's see. There was a rainbow one that I really liked yesterday, but I don't see it. Nope. It seems to be missing. That's stars. That's bubbles. That's flowers. That's flowers. They're gone. Sad. They don't have the same filters today. Okay. Because I'm not on the same page as I was. Okay, let's try. Ugh, that looks like birds. I've never tried that one. Ugh, this part's not interesting. I'm sorry. Let's just do some hearts. Nah, those are kind of ugly. We'll just go back to the regular hearts. Okay. Good enough. Okay, got my coffee. And we're going upstairs. We're going to talk about the body and mind. The show is going on a lot longer than I meant it to. And I'm getting hungry. So I'm going to be a little quicker today about body and mind stuff. But, let's see. So, I don't know. I didn't really get the lighting set up here. Hey, here's my childhood bedspread. All right. Body and mind. This is not quite what I had in mind. It's coming upstairs, but I didn't set this room up, so it's just what it is. So, yeah, let's just leave it. So I left this part of the script blank. I didn't know what body part. So this is actually part 2 kind of a meditation technique on getting present, but I shouldn't have said that because it really is its own thing. Okay. It's also kind of part of feeling your feelings, but it's its own thing. So your body and mind is probably the main reason that I'm making this show. This live pretend show. So what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of checking in with myself. I know that I'm feeling very anxious because people that I like and that I admire, that have been kind to me, are watching right now. Or, at least they clicked a button. Maybe they walked away. I don't know. But, it's stressful for me. I feel a lot of feelings when I'm in front of people. And that's why I don't book that many shows. Because I love performing. I could play piano and sing songs for you guys 3 hours a day. It'd be no problem. But the interactive feeling of performing, it just makes me very anxious, and I don't know what you want. I don't know. People want different things. I don't know what people expect. I'm very much a true introvert. where I'm a completely different person when there's nobody else around. And it's frustrating, and I'm trying to work on it, but I don't think I was meant to like correct it. I just think some people feel more like themselves when they're alone. So that's me. And then there's a few trusted people in my life, and trusted means that I just feel so comfortable in those relationships now that I know what I'm going to feel like when I'm around those people. And so, or I know, whatever, you never feel the same, but you know, or like family, like circles of people, anyway, blah, blah, blah. My point is, when I'm around other people, it's even more crucial for me than when I'm just by myself to kind of scan my own body with my mind and see, where am I holding energy? Where am I stressed? Where am I overwhelmed? Where am I feeling fear? Where am I feeling just an intensity that I don't even understand? So that's what this part's about. Your body and mind. Pretend show, sorry. Okay, so we're going to pick a body part. You can pick your own body part. I'm just trying to check, where am I feeling something? Yesterday when I did the dress rehearsal, it was my heart, and it was feeling a lot of fear, like nerves to do this. And then in the actual show, it was my forehead, and I was feeling a lot of intensity for that reason. That one was a really long story. You can go on my YouTube if you want to see the archives. Okay, today, I feel like I should pick a different body part, but it's my heart again. So like the dress rehearsal. So I guess that's good. That's different than how I felt live streaming yesterday. So what I do and what I recommend you do, just take a hand, put it on a body part that's feeling kind of funky, or feeling like not how it always feels, or feeling too much. Because feelings are not ideas. Feelings are not thoughts. You're feeling them. It's where it comes from. We just constantly love words in culture, so we're trying to explain them. But you're feeling it. That's why, a lot of us just try to block feelings out, because they're very distracting. They're deeply distracting. And that's why I think I'm like a feelings warrior, or like someone who can help people with feelings, but I'm not very good at just shutting off the feelings and being helpful in that way. So everybody has different strengths and value to society. And so, the more you get in touch with your feelings, sometimes the more they're going to try to distract you, because they're going to try to guide you. They're like a compass. So, I'm going to just kind of put my hand on my heart and see what it wants to tell me. And then I'm going to actually tell you what I feel like it's telling me. It's pretty weird. Sorry. Hold on. I don't normally drink coffee when I do this, but I'm feeling really weird with how long this show is and how weird this show is, and I don't even know. Okay, sorry. So the feeling that I'm getting from my heart right now, or the thing that my heart is like wanting to tell me, is that it is enjoying this, and it feels useful, and that it's nice. That's probably going to make me cry. That it's nice to talk about these things, and to have sort of set up a time commitment to talk about these things with other people. It feels nice taking a risk. It's a fairly low risk thing to be doing, because it's, you don't have to be watching this. You can go away. I'm not claiming that it's some big deal. That sounds snarky, because I opened my eyes and I became aware of kind people who are listening, and then I got self-conscious again. But if I just go into my heart, I just feel like, no, I don't know very many people doing this. I was very helped by Mr. Rogers as a kid. I was helped by Sesame Street. I was helped by Fraggle Rock. I was helped by every show ever that has talked about feelings. I'm helped by Instagrammers and creative leaders who talk about empathy. I'm helped by so many people who are talking about the things that I'm talking about. So I'm just being part of a stream of history that just feels like it is oriented towards and geared towards love, and geared towards being in touch with yourself, and geared towards being in touch with this present moment, and being geared towards not getting lost in darkness, like our own dark thoughts and our own fear-based thoughts. And it just feels nice to be part of that stream of, I don't know, goodness in the world, I guess. It's a very wholesome feeling, I guess. Thanks, heart. That's not what I was feeling yesterday, so that's what I'm feeling there, and that's how you do it. You just kind of, I don't know, it's very imaginative. I mean, my heart isn't literally talking, but when you put your hand on the body part that's feeling a lot, and mind you, often when I do this practice, it's a negative feeling. or feeling I'm interpreting negatively. But the process of giving it some love and some attention and kind of listening to what it's trying to tell me ends up feeling positive. It ends up rerouting my day a little bit. It ends up softening something that needed softening. So it's very helpful. All right, we are almost done with the show. So we're going to go back downstairs for song time. So this is the part where I'm just going to play a Jessica and Rainbow song on my piano usually, probably. Okay, hold on. I'm carrying too many things. And we're just going to look at my ceiling for a second because I don't want to spill coffee just because I'm trying to make a walk downstairs moment entertaining for you. Alright, so the song I plan to play is Rabbit Hole. And this one is on the album that I released a little over a year ago called Tiny Traumas, Adding Up, Out of Body in Your Skin. There's like a, I don't know, like secondary title. Hold on, I want a new filter. Wish I knew where that rainbow one went. Let's see what this is. Nope. Let's try. Yeah, they're just really different on the non-personal page. How sad. No. No. Ugh. Where are all the good ones, Facebook? We'll put like some flowers on. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna play this song. It's on Tiny Traumas. The album cover has like clouds on it and like a ripped off thing. Alright, so the song's called Rabbit Hole. Thank you for being here. And I'm trying to make it so you can see my keys and my face. I don't think I can do that at this piano. Well, you'll see my arms going, I guess. Okay. My nose has been itching for the last 20 minutes. Alright, here you go. that's the song Rabbit Hole. That is about, that is very much about what I was talking about during the Feeling Your Feelings segment, about not getting lost in your feelings. Not getting lost in the darkness of your feelings. And being strong enough to find your way out of them. So, it is time to say goodbye, and thank you for watching my show. I'm going to sing you the closing theme song, which is really for my kids' album, Dreambird in Rainbowland, but that wasn't going to be finished for a long time, so I stole the theme song. Oh, I never tuned. But yeah, you can find me anywhere, lots of places online, Instagram, Jessica and the Rainbow. I've never done anything like this before. It feels pretty weird, but it also feels nice. So I hope to get a little more, I don't know if concise is the right word, I don't know if that's my goal, because some of the parts that I like the most in life and in videos that I've made are the spots that are the most meandering, and I stumble onto things that I didn't even know I needed to say. And if I needed to say it, it's often because I needed to hear it. So, let's get this. Well, I'll save that for show and tell tomorrow. Okay, here's the closing theme. Thanks for being here.